Hi there. I have something fun to share with you today, and it has to do with sardines. You see, I love sardines, and they're really good for you. They're filled with omega-3s and vitamin D. These have olive oil in them, which are great for your skin and great for your health. But I've eaten so many sardines, I get them from Costco in the packs, that I have tons of sardine cans, empty sardine cans, and I'm not sure what to do with them. But I thought there's got to be some crafts I could make with these. They wash out really well, and in fact, they're smooth in the inside because of the way they open. Not like the old ones where they could cut you inside. They're already nice and smooth and clean. So I started making some crafts, and I decided to make some dioramas first. I made this cute Hello Sweet Pup one. And it's got the little puppy, as you can see, inside with some other little things that go with them. I covered the back and put it on a little vintage stand. I made another one too. This one was for a little gal I'm going to give it to who's a little dancer, and she can set it on her dresser. And these are fun to make, but they do take quite a bit of time, and they're, take a little bit of work to do these, but they're fun to do. But I wanted to think of something I could make out of these that's even a little bit quicker. Kind of has to do with the mailable gifts as well. Something you can mail and it's not going to cost too much. Chunky mail. And I've come up with this idea. I took one of my empty boxes. I used Mod Podge, well, I'll go over with you. And I've made it into a little scrapbook for my friend, filled with photos. So let me get my supplies out. I'll lay them out for you, and I'll go by step how to make this one for one of your friends. Start by taking your tin can and choosing the piece of paper that you want that you're going to make your scrapbook out of. So you need to use at least a 12-inch length of a paper, and most scrapbook paper, the larger sizes are 12 by 12, so that's perfect. This is a half of one of those sheets. And you'll just start by taking your sardine can on the opposite side of the paper, bring it to the edge, and measure around the tin can. Get it right to the edge for your first measurement, and you'll measure around the can, getting all the corners there, just like that. And then you'll continue to go around and marking again with your pencil to measure out the circumference of the can. So you keep doing it until you have no more room on your page, which you're going to end up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages out of. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do that one, and then we'll end up getting one more after we do this one. Whoops. I'm doing it just kind of quick just to kind of show you. If I was actually going to be using this one, I'd be more accurate, but I wanted to show you how to do it. So there's your measurements, which is just like this one was. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take scissors and you're just going to hand cut generally around there. Or after I did a couple of them, I realized rather than me cutting around each one, if I go ahead and fold the paper, accordion fold it according to my folds on my cans here, and go ahead and do that, then I can cut them all at once. Now, when you do cut it, you want to cut it just a little bit smaller than how you've actually measured that can, so it'll fit inside and come in and out a little smoother. So now remember, you're going to want to keep the accordion folds intact, and you're going to cut around the edges. So you're just going to go around the edges and cut, leaving that accordion fold. And remember, I'm just doing this a quick one right now. I'm not going to get it real accurate, so that you end up with this, just like this one here. And you can see this one has measured out a little larger, because we'll probably go ahead and take this one as we're going along and go a little bit smaller to fit into the can. So that's all there is to cutting your paper, because the bottom's just going to fit right inside the can like that, and then it folds in so that you accordion fold and pull it out. So we're going to end up taking the bottom and gluing it to the bottom of our tin can for the base, and then these are just going to fold right in like that. Now, you don't want to give just a plain old tin can, of course. You want to decorate it up a little. So what I did is I took some strips of paper, like on here. I just measured and cut some strips, and I used Mod Podge to put those on there with a brush. Easy peasy on that too. So let's say maybe we wanted to match this polka dot paper or do an opposite polka dot paper. You would measure the side of the can and just give it a quick measurement like that. And then just cut yourself some strips. And if you don't have it long enough to go all the way around the can, and this doesn't have to be exact because it's really forgiving. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your Mod Podge. And if you don't have Mod Podge, you can just use a regular white glue. Usually you'll want to take that glue and water it down a little bit. And then it's a little more liquidy like the Mod Podge. And you'll just take it now and go around the edges of your can all around. You might want to do a little bit at a time rather than putting it all the way around because you're not going to be able to hang on to that can. It's going to be able to have the Mod Podge on it, be messy there. And then you'll start attaching your strip. That was a little wide there. You can always come back and trim it too. And you're going to go around, keep going around until you get this all the way attached on your can. And as you get it attached, I'm not going to do the whole thing now. You'll let it dry for a little. Then you actually take the Mod Podge and you glue over the top of it as well. And just saturate it. And saturate it and saturate it all the way around. And you might want to do a couple coats. And once you let it dry, it's going to come out totally clear, make a really nice adhesive on the can. And in fact, you can even get the Mod Podge in a glossy finish if you want it real shiny and sparkly. And you'll do a couple coats of that. For the bottom, I just measured out the can again, measured out a piece for the bottom, did the same thing, glued it on with the Mod Podge, and then did a couple more coats on the, once it dried, I did a couple more coats on the outside of it. And then once we've got that all done, I added a little bow. You could put some rickrack or anything around the edge that you would like to decorate it. And I've got my photo strip now here, and I need to now glue it into the bottom. And what I'm going to do that with is I'm going to use my double sticky adhesive. And I'm going to put that around the edges of that last one that's going to go in there. And I use quite a bit, so that it can really be secure in there. So now we have our last picture is going to go right in there, and just go ahead and press it in there nice and firm. Get it in there nice and tight. So you've got your base in there. Oh yeah, as you can see, I've got a little tab on the end of mine right here so they know where to pull it out. And you can just do that simply by taking an extra little piece of your paper, cutting a little tab, and just folding it and putting it right on there to create a little tab on the end for pulling it out. Whoops, let me just get that so you can see how that'll work. It'll just be a little tab on the end to help you pull it. So I put a sticker on the very first page. This one says Wonderful You. You can find so many great stickers these days if you want to make it for a birthday or you want to make it for friends. As you can see, you're going to need to use it more of a rectangular shape to fit in your can or your tin. And there you have it. It's just going to be like that. And when she gets it, I wrote pull on the end of that and added a little flower so she would know to pull that out. And found a little box that I think I'm going to be able to ship it in this little box. It's going to be probably about 4 ounces once I get tissue around it and have it ready to mail. And when she receives it, she'll go ahead and pull it out now and start seeing the pictures that I put in there for her. So let's see what you come up with. Grab a tin can of any kind of shape and see what you can make too, and share them with me. I'd love to see your creations as well. Bye for now.